दिखता है बड़े आकर्षण, अल्पकाल की है माया। कुछ न रहेगा इस दुनिया में, रहेंगे एक मेरे बाबा। समय रफ्तारों से चलती जा रही है इस अंत चरण में। अब घड़ी हो गए जाने की, वापस परम धाम में। तू मेरा बाबा है, मैं तेरी लाडली हूँ। तू मेरा बाबा है, मैं तेरी लाडली हूँ। तू मेरा बाबा है, मैं तेरी लाडली हूँ। तू मेरा बाबा है, मैं तेरी लाडली हूँ।
Om Shanti, good morning and welcome, Charlie Bai. Can you hear me? He's muted.
Thank you, Lakshmi Ben.
Okay, special welcome to you and a very, very special welcome to all those who are tuning in today, because this is the first combined Murli for the Asia Pacific region. And the idea for this emerged when the regional coordinating team, we call them the RCT, we met in Chennai this year. And there was the thought that, now that our dear Didi is not with us anymore, how can we sustain the BKs in this region? And there was the suggestion that, that we can all meet together once a month, the whole region. And so everyone was happy with that idea. And so we have fixed it for the third Sunday of every month. So it is very, very appropriate that Charlie Bai has started the ball rolling, because I think Charlie Bai needs no introduction at all. All of us know him. But some of you may not know that Charlie Bai is not only the national coordinator of Australia, but he is also the main representative of the RCT. And he sits in the meeting, the RC meeting with Didi, Mohini, with Jayanti Ben, and all the rest. So he actually represents our region. So without further ado, I would like to call upon Rohini Ben from Hong Kong to make the official welcome Charlie Bai with a bouquet of flowers. Rohini Ben. A little bit of a technical glitch, I think.
Thank you, Charlie Bhai. Thank you, Lakshmi Ben. And here is a flower of bouquet to our dearest, dearest brother, Sir Charles. This is not only from this is not only from all of us in Hong Kong, all three centers, but this is from whole of Asia, Australia, Pacific. So please, it's a bouquet of roses. So various types of roses. So Baba's bouquet of garden here. Thank you.
So thank you so much, Rohini Ben, for the beautiful flowers. Thank you so much, Lakshmi Ben, also for the lovely introduction. And it really is, it's a special feeling, isn't it, when we all come together. We're used to meeting in our centers and seeing each other, but in the last few years, we have been coming together online as a whole family for the region. And I think it's very important as time moves on that there's power in the gathering. And I think we all feel very close to each other when we come like this. And especially at this time, because it is Raksha Bandhan. And I think probably this weekend, many of us are celebrating what is usually the closest festival to our heart, is Rakhi. It reminds us of our love for Baba, our commitment to Baba. And in a way, Baba's Murli is alluding to purity, the power of purity in our lives too. And it was really lovely how Lakshmi Ben was sharing how we decided to have the regional Murli. And we really hope that over the next few months, we'll have Sister Jenti, Sister Mahini, Siddheshwari, and the special jewels of the world to come and share their fragrance in this region. So today is a Murli from Shivratri in 2001. And Baba takes up a subject really close to my heart, and that is the subject of surrender. And Baba is actually saying that all of us are surrendered. Those in the centers, those in families, we're all surrendered. And I remember once Baba defining surrender. And Baba said that surrender is using all you have according to Baba's directions. And then Baba went on and Baba said, each soul, each one of us has 6 energies, shall we say, 6 things. Our thoughts, our words, our actions, our time, our money, and our energy. And what Baba was saying was that when we use these in the way Baba wants, that is surrender. If I use these according to my own thinking, then Baba said that's not fully surrender. But today, Baba goes even a step further. And he's talking about total surrender. And I wonder what you feel. What is total surrender? And Baba's answer, as always, is so deep and so interesting. And total surrender, Baba's saying, is transforming my motives and feelings for every single soul. And this is the surrender Baba wants now. He said, and it doesn't matter who they are, no matter who they are. In other words, how they behave or what their opinions are, what their attitude is, total surrender is to have good feelings for them. And I really feel when I reflect on my life with Baba, I really feel in talking to many of Baba's children that where I have been stuck and where we can get stuck is we love Baba, we have faith in Baba, we listen to the Murli every day, we follow the principles, we do everything. But we still carry these hurt feelings, bad feelings, critical feelings for others. And Baba's saying today that total surrender is to let them go. And why is it so important? Because my observation of me is that if I have even the slightest negative feeling, critical feeling, bad feeling, hurt feeling, what happens subtly is you go to those old sanskaras, those old body conscious sanskaras, the old story, and give power back to your impurity, your body consciousness. So each time someone behaves badly and I have a hurt feeling, a bad feeling, a negative feeling, it's like I strengthen my impurity. What Baba is saying, I think, is even if people behave badly, they're rude, they're difficult, I have good feelings, then what happens subtly is each time I generate good feeling, I go back to my sanskaras of purity and I strengthen my purity. To me, this is one of the main ways to really move forward at this time, to live in this world knowing is every imaginable type of personality, behavior, attitude, and yet total surrender, transform my feelings to everyone. So it's a really, really sweet, beautiful Murli. So the date, the original date is the 20th of February, 2001. And the essence, Shiv Jayanti, the memorial of making a vow and totally surrendering myself. Today, Father Shiva, the creator of the Trimurti, has come to meet his worthy of worship salagrams. Today it is a meeting as well as a celebration. All of you have arrived here from all over the world with a lot of zeal and enthusiasm in order to celebrate Bap-Dada's birthday. You children say that you have come to celebrate the Father's birthday, and the Father says that he has come to celebrate the children's birthday. All of you have also come to celebrate your alokik birthday. At no other time throughout the whole cycle can there be such another lovely and unique birthday. Throughout the whole cycle, did you see or celebrate such a birthday that is the same for the Father as for the children? This is because for the task of world transformation, together with Father Shiva and Br.Dada, Brahmins are also needed. A sacrificial fire cannot be successful without Brahmins. And this is why the birthdays, the Jayantis of the Father and the children are together. Children are congratulating the Father from their hearts, and the Father is giving each Brahmin child more than multi-million times congratulations, as well as blessings from the heart for the alokik birthday. Let me just feel those feelings, just how much love. Love is giving everything. It's lovely just to feel these feelings. Congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. And then everyone waved, all the whole of Diamond Hall was waving to Baba. Br.Charlie, very good. You enjoy clapping with one hand, not two hands. There is a lot of happiness, and so you can't stop your hands. They just move automatically. In the world also, devotees celebrate Shiv Jayanti with a lot of splendor. However, they celebrate, their celebration is for one night without sleep, Jagran, or a fast for one day. So they stay up all night or fast. You children have not had the thought of having a jagran, staying up all night, of the sleep of ignorance for only one day. They have a jagran, but you have also stayed awake for the whole of this one life of the confluence age that is like a diamond. You have awakened, have you not? You will not now go back to sleep, will you? Or will you fall asleep a little? Acha. You may not have fallen asleep, but perhaps you nod off. This staying awake throughout the night is such that you yourselves are awake, and you also awaken others. In the life of this knowledge, to remain awake, what does it mean spiritually? Baba's explaining. In the life of this knowledge, to remain awake means to come out of the darkness into the light. All of you like the spiritual wakefulness, do you not? What vows have you kept from the moment you took birth and celebrated your birthday? Do you remember them? You children say, let alone remembering them, our lives have become those of a natural vow. Our lives have become those of a pure diet, pure interactions, and pure thoughts. These are not for just 1 or 2 months, but they have become such that we have instilled these vows into our lives. They have become natural and they have become our nature. You have made your nature that of purity, have you not? Has your nature become that, or do you have to make it that? It has become that, has it not? Simply nod in agreement. So everyone online, we can all nod to Baba. That's all. Has it become that? Has impurity finished in your nature? And has purity emerged in your lives? You have now celebrated Shiv Jayanti and Salagram's Jayanti that are as valuable as a diamond. The children everywhere abroad and in this land are also celebrating it at the same time. Bap-Dada is saying that along with you and the Father, they too are all so happy. Today, as your memorial, devotees especially offer a sacrifice. All of you surrender yourselves to the Father in your thoughts, words, and deeds. In memory of that, devotees don't offer themselves as a sacrifice, but they sacrifice a goat instead. Could they not find anything else? Could they only find a goat? You know the significance of this. What's the significance? Why do they sacrifice a goat? It is because the greatest cause of body consciousness is the consciousness of I, which as we know in Hindi is meh. So the goat, meh, meh, meh. So Baba is saying this is why they sacrifice the goat. When you surrender the consciousness of I, it is then that you become, what do I become when I surrender the consciousness of I? You become Brahmins. So what does a goat do? Meh, meh, Baba says again. So this is a sign of the body conscious I. The consciousness of the I of body consciousness is also very subtle and has a variety of forms. The first is the consciousness of I. The first consciousness of I is I am a body. I am so-and-so. Then as you move further, there are the different forms of I as you become trapped in relationships. The first, I am a body. I am the self-identity. The second, the I in relationships. Then as you move further, there are different forms of I, of position. My role, my position, my status. Even more subtle is the I of your own specialty, which brings you down from up above. Each of you has a specialty, whether it is a gross or subtle form. There isn't a single human soul who doesn't have a specialty. In this life of knowledge too, each Brahmin definitely has at least one specialty. However, in the life of this knowledge, a specialty is a gift bestowed by God. It is God's gift. When you put the consciousness of I into the gift that God has given you, it becomes, Baba has an interesting expression, it becomes royal ego and the biggest consciousness of I. So the feeling that I am sweet, I am popular, I am surrendered, I am cooperative, just holding on, identifying with my specialty is actually a royal form of ego, of body consciousness. How deep does Baba take us? The layers, the I of body consciousness, the I of in relationships, the I of position, and finally the I of specialties. Very deep. Therefore, you have already surrendered yourselves, but what do you still have to consider further? What do all of you teachers call yourselves? You are surrendered, are you not? Are all of you teachers surrendered? Acha. Are those who are living at home with their families surrendered? Yes or no? You are surrendered. Are you Pandavas surrendered? They must have put up their hands. So Baba says, very good. Congratulations. What are you going to do now? You have surrendered yourselves, and that is very good. Now, in the future, you have to check that ... Should Baba tell you? I love the way Baba tempts us. Should he tell us? Should he tell us? He makes us more interested when he does. You would say, we are surrendered, but so what else do we have to do now? One is to surrender, but after that, there is total surrender. Especially underlined is total surrender. That is the surrender of your minds, intellects, and sanskaras. This is because in order to move forward, you have to take fast steps in your efforts. You are doing that even now according to the present atmosphere in your Brahman lives, because the majority of you sitting here is of Brahmins. There is just an influence of waste on your minds. Nothing bad, because all bad things have finished. However, according to the present atmosphere, wasteful and negative things influence intellects a great deal. And because of this, your power of realization to make accurate and true decisions decreases. Interesting, isn't it? The effect of the West, a lack of accuracy, true decisions. There is realization through the understanding that yes, this is wrong, this is not right. However, one is realization with common sense, and the other is realization with your heart. When you realize something with your heart, then even if the world changes, you yourself will not change. In other words, that realization is so firm. Whatever is happening, I can't change that or let go that realization. So you have been told about the mind and intellect, now the sanskaras. Because your sanskaras are 63 births old, they have become natural. In other words, you say, this is not a mistake, but it is my nature. I identify with my body consciousness. It is not a mistake, it is my nature. Therefore, after some of the old sanskaras are erased, and after others are suppressed, they then emerge again. However, total surrender means that the motives and feelings in your minds for every soul have to be transformed. I'll read that again. Total surrender means that the motives and feelings in your minds for every soul have to be transformed. Bab-Dada refers to this as no matter what souls are like, there will always be variety. This is the kalpa tree. And if there were no variety in it, there wouldn't be any beauty. However, let there be good wishes and pure feelings for every soul. You even have to transform bad wishes into good wishes and pure feelings. Have good wishes for every soul, and that they will definitely transform themselves. That's the power of good wishes. And such pure feelings, brothers, they change. Don't think this one is never going to change. Don't become their judge and make a judgment that they are never going to change. Since you have issued a challenge that you will transform the elements and make them Satoguni, then you have to do it. There is no question of whether or not they will become that, but it is you who have to make them that. We're determined to change the elements of nature. You have underlined the words, have to do it. So is it that the elements can change, but souls cannot change? Souls are the masters of matter. Matter changes and the masters don't. Why? So at the present time, the only service to do is the transformation of oneself. The mind, intellect, and sanskaras, the transformation of everything. So this is the only service to do at the moment, to transform our motives and feelings. Everyone is asking, what are we going to do this year? You have to do double service. First, so the first service, totally surrender yourself. Surrender yourself to such an extent that your vibrations, atmosphere, company, cooperation of the heart, and blessings of the heart help others to bring about easy transformation. You have to transform yourself to this extent. You have to surrender everything totally. This is the one type of service, and the other is that of serving other people. So the first service, transform my feelings for everyone. The second, serving others. As a result, it has been seen everywhere in this land and abroad that whatever service Brahmin children have done, even in the villages, you have done it with love for the Father. Bab-Dada is giving many, many congratulations for that. What will you do in the future? Bab-Dada has seen that there is growth in the number of Brahmins, and there will be even faster growth. However, along with this, the service you have done that people like, the service that is taking place through the different projects is very good. Now, very good cooperative souls have become good instruments at many different places. There are very good cooperative souls. They have taken one step of cooperation. They have put 1 foot forward. However, the other foot is to become an easy yogi and a karma yogi. I think all of us know there's so many souls around Baba's family who love Baba, cooperate in service, but haven't quite made that step into Brahman life. A few have become karma yogis and easy yogis to some extent. This is the second stage. Now, such souls have to play a practical part on the stage. A mic is always on a stage. Now, Baba's talking about the microphone. Therefore, they should become mics. They become the mics and definitely come onto the stage of service in a visible way. You are the might and they are the mics. Just as Brahma Baba is the might in the subtle form, who has made you children mics, in the same way now become the might and prepare such mics. They are very good. There is hope for them and they can go fast. However, it is now necessary to increase your connection with such souls. They want to know what to do and how to do it. Become the might and show them that whilst keeping a balance of their worldly occupations and their spiritual service, they who have come last can go fast and come into the line of those who come first. There are such souls, they just have to be revealed. So what do we need to do? Simply stay in connection with them and give them a current. The current of spirituality, the current of vibrations and the atmosphere. And also show them the way to become instruments to reveal that a balanced life is good and easy. Is this all right? Baba's asking us, is this okay? You have now heard what you have to do, have you not? Prepare small bouquets, okay? Not a big bouquet, but at least bring a bouquet of 5 or 10 flowers. You know, when we used to meet Baba in the 80s for personal meetings, one of the most common things, Baba would meet us individually, give us a blessing, and almost to everyone he'd say, now go back and bring a bouquet in front of Baba. So a bouquet of new souls. Almost to all of us, Baba would say the same thing. So he's saying about these cooperative souls. And I think we all know sometimes influential people, professional people close to Baba, but they're very busy, very caught up in their responsibility. So Baba's saying, prepare these bouquets. They exist everywhere in Bapdada's eyes. Did you hear that? Did the Pandavas hear that? Very good. Now Baba says, double foreigners are not jumping, but flying. So who will bring the first bouquet? Those from abroad or those from Bharat? Who will bring it? Or will both bring them at the same time? The bouquet from abroad on one side and the bouquet from Bharat on the other. Both bouquets will come onto the stage. Just as you celebrate this ceremony, so we shall then also celebrate that ceremony with both bouquets, one from Bharat and one from abroad. Is this all right? What do those from abroad think? What are we all thinking? Will you bring them in the next season? Will you bring them? Will those from Bharat bring them? Bring those who have a balance of their worldly and spiritual occupations, not just those who have a Brahman life like you, but both worldly and spiritual. Their impact will be greater. People will come to you for drishti. Acha, what are you thinking, Jayanti? So Baba's now chatting to Sister Jayanti, who is sitting in front. Are you thinking about names? Nirmala, Mohini, you are thinking about names, are you not? So Baba's seeing the RCs. Who are they going to bring? Look at the Pandavas here. There are fewer Pandavas in Bharat. They are equal to Allah, equal to God. Look, some are even sitting here. This is Brian sitting just in front, is it not? So some of us remember Brother Brian, who is actually originally from Australia. He lives in America these days. And he is in business, but really international business at the highest level. So Baba's drishti was on Brian to bring a bouquet. A bouquet has to be prepared, does it not? There are very good souls. What is the name you use? NCO, National Coordinating Office. Acha. Those from the NCOs abroad, raise your hands. In other words, the national coordinators. Is it not easy to become an NCO? You will have to perform wonders. You can do it. It is not a big thing because the land is now ready. The seed is always sown. It just needs to be watered with sustenance. The seed now needs the water of sustenance. So I can remember right from the beginning when we started, Baba would say, it's up to the double foreigners to wake up the Kumbhakarna of Bharat. And often he would talk to Jayanti Ben especially. And she would say, oh, it's hard, Baba, it's difficult. But in the 90s and the early 2000s, really some really high quality souls from the United Nations, world leaders did come. And then Baba would say to Jayanti Ben, look, it's happened. It will happen. So then Baba is talking to teachers. Many teachers have also come. Congratulations to the teachers also. All of you have done service, have you not? So congratulations for the service. Acha, what is the condition of Gujarat? So last week's Murli was the Murli because of the earthquake in Bhuj in 2001, late January. And that was the context of last week when Baba told us that the biggest vice is fear. Do you remember? That's the biggest vice. And actually, I just looked it up to remind myself, and 38,000 died in that earthquake, 170,000 were injured, and 1.2 million lost their homes. So it was substantial. So Baba's talking a bit more about it. The upheaval has started in Gujarat. There is a lot of upheaval in Gujarat, and even a little abroad. You are not afraid, are you? The earth is shaking, but your hearts aren't shaking, are they? The earth shook a little, and some damage was caused. Those who have come from there stand up. So all those from Bhuj. Those from Ahmedabad stand up. Acha. Did your heart shake or did the earth shake? What happened? Did it shake your hearts a little? It didn't. You are courageous. Bap Dada saw that you children kept your record good by maintaining courage and by keeping the Father's canopy of protection over you. None of you failed. All of you passed, some with less marks and some with more. It is number-wise everywhere, but you passed. Congratulations. Who has come from the most sensitive place? And it says here there was one person from Bhuj and another town nearby. Acha, you were with the one with 1,000 arms in Bhuj. Bhuja, I think it's a play on words, means arms. Acha, you passed that paper. You did very well. In the future too, don't fluctuate. This will continue to happen. Don't be afraid. It happens every day. Let it happen. Transformation has to take place. I think someone said to Baba, it happens every day, meaning the aftershocks. You know, when there's an earthquake, there's aftershocks. So Baba's saying, let it happen. Transformation has to take place. Nature will also do its work. Since human souls have made nature tamoguni, she will do her own work in every game of the drama, and that too is a game. Whilst watching the game, don't allow your stage to fluctuate. Do not let external situations influence the original stage of master or mighty souls. Instead, become instruments to liberate souls from the distress in their minds, because it is only with meditation that you can finish the distress of minds, the mind. Doctors will do their work. Scientists will do their work, and the government will do its work. Your duty is to finish the distress and tension in their minds. Give donations of a tension-free life. Give cooperation. At present, this land and lands abroad are all cooperating and giving their cooperation, are they not? So much aid came from all over the world. They are doing very good work. This shows that whatever land it is, or whoever it is, they all have love for the land of Bharat. They are all doing what they have to do, and you are continuing with your work. When there is a fire, firemen are not afraid. They put out the fire. All of you are those who put out the fire of distress in people's minds. What a beautiful analogy. We're the firemen and women who put out this distress in people's minds. Acha. Gujarat is strong, is it not? You are under the canopy of protection of the one with 1,000 arms. Having seen this in Gujarat, wherever it now happens, you have now become experienced. Look, no one can disagree with nature. You can't say, come in Gujarat, don't come in Abu, don't come in Bombay. No, it is independent. So nature is independent. However, all of you have to make your own stage unshakable and immovable, and keep the lines of your minds and intellects clear. When your lines are clear, you will receive touchings. Bab-Dada has told you earlier too that theirs is a wireless and yours is a viceless intellect. You will then very quickly and clearly be able to decide what you have to do and what is going to happen. You won't need to think. Let's get out. Let's sit inside. Let's sit by the door. Let's sit on the roof. No. So really, if I keep my intellect with Baba, we will know what to do. I remember even Baba saying to the foreigners that at the time of destruction, if your viceless wireless is there, the intellect's connection, you will know. You'll get the signal if Baba wants to pull you to Bharat even, to Madhaban. So how important is it to practice, not to overthink about all the scenes, because we won't receive that touching from Baba. Your feet will only go where there is safety. And if you become too afraid, in fact, you shouldn't be afraid, but if you are very afraid and do have a lot of fear, then Madhaban, the asylum, the home is yours. How sweet. Baba's saying, if you do feel afraid, then just come to Madhaban. Don't be afraid. This is nothing. The earthquake was nothing. Now, everything is yet to happen. Don't be afraid. It is just a game. Transformation has to take place, not destruction, but transformation. That's how we should think. Not destruction, but transformation. The attitude of disinterest has to be created in everyone. Become merciful and use all the powers, and have mercy and give a powerful current. Samjha? Do you understand? Are you able to stabilize your minds and intellects in a second? Stop. And they should stop. Now, in 1 second, let your minds and intellects be absolutely concentrated, a point. Merge in the point. Acha. Baba conducted drill. Let's have a minute of drill. Merge in the point. to all the most elevated Brahmins everywhere, to the stable souls everywhere who constantly have the determination to keep their vow, to the great serviceable souls everywhere who have total courage and enthusiasm for self-service and the service of benefiting people. Congratulations for today's Shiv Jayanti, the Jayanti as valuable as a diamond, the Jayanti that is lovely and unique. And together with this, blessings, love, remembrance, and namaste. So Baba's blessing. May you be a truly loving soul whose heart remains filled with the Father's love and thereby stays free from all attractions. The Father gives all of you children equal love, but you children take that love according to your capacity. Those who take the Father's love at the beginning of the day, at Amrit Vela, are not attracted by anyone else's love because they have God's love in their hearts. If they do not fill their hearts fully with love, then, because of having some space in their hearts, Maya attracts them with different forms of love. Therefore, be truly loving and remain filled with God's love. The slogan: those who fly beyond their bodies, the old world, and the old bodily relationships are said to be residents of Indraprastha. Those who fly beyond their bodies, the old world and old bodily relationships, are said to be residents of Indraprastha. Om Shanti. Good morning. How sweet was the Murli, how sweet was the blessing. And really, I just love the way Baba says something so simple but so deep. And what was he saying really? If we sit in the early morning and fill our hearts with Baba's love, we'll feel so stable, naturally stable, not pulled or attracted by anyone. And sometimes I think, many of Baba's children do say, I don't really feel that deep love from Baba, which is the great power in this life, to feel this love. And I feel to sit at Amrit Vela like a little child, sit in front of Shiv Baba, the ocean of love, and allow yourself to be completely loved. Fill the heart, like Baba said. And if you try this and you're sitting in front of Baba with that pure intent, but you can't really feel it, don't panic. Keep practicing. Because the biggest obstacle to that love, filling the heart with love, is this sense of unworthiness, that I'm not really pure enough or good enough to be loved completely by the ocean of love. And when I really observe this, that it's me who's putting this barrier of unworthiness. This is the deep work of Brahman life, to remove these barriers and allow Baba to fill my heart. And then I'm not pulled by people, situations. I will feel that amazing sense of being stable, immovable, and unshakable which Baba was inspiring us to become today. And I remember Baba was meeting Ramesh Bhai from Mumbai. And you may remember there was a terrorist attack in Mumbai. I'm not very good at dates, so 20 or so years ago, maybe 15. And Ramesh Bhai began to tell Baba what happened, that they landed in downtown Mumbai and they went to the Taj Hotel, etc. Baba listened for 30 seconds. And then Baba said, "This is nothing, child. One day you'll have to put bars on every window. You won't be able to open your door." And the way even Baba's saying today that these things, he's preparing us with so much love and saying, don't be afraid. And I found it really fascinating last week when Baba really said, fear is really the greatest vice. And once when I was new in my Brahmin life, I met Daddy Janki because I realized, when you come to Baba, you realize a lot of things in yourself. And I realized there was many fears. I think all of us walk into Baba's door with so many fears in a way. And she said to me something simple, which I've always remembered. She said, fear is directly connected with your karmic account. And as you follow Srimata, as you remember Baba, as you settle your karmic account, your account of fear will go too. And I even remember that Daddy said, once she said something like the essence of effort is to experience that I'm eternal, that I always exist. Not just believe it, not just chant it in my head, but I still feel afraid, because she said, when I feel the reality that I always exist, that will break down my account of fear. Because all of us, we all know we're just about to come into a time in the drama. We can feel it. I can intuitively feel, Baba's told us for years, where everything will go into upheaval. And the more we really practice what Baba's been telling us recently, to be bodiless, to feel who I really am, the eternal self, then this account of fear will go. And really, in a way, this is purity. When I have so many little fears of so many things, how can I say I've really become pure? Because we're celebrating Rakhi at this time. And I feel we can just celebrate it like it's, we go through the habit, because our devotee sanskaras, we just go through the motions. We love Baba, we have faith in Baba, we just do things. But I wonder what significance this Raksha Bandhan will have for you. Because I think if we tie Rakhi with meaningfulness, make it meaningful in my life. Because purity is the great power of this life. And I remember once Baba said, it's on the basis of purity that you feel extremely close to Baba. Or secondly, you feel in front of Baba. Or thirdly, you feel a distance from Baba. And I remember when Baba said that, I began to think, Baba's eternally pure. Baba is never influenced. And if I really want to come close to Baba, how? I have to keep increasing my purity. Automatically, the more I feel clean, that lovely feeling inside, I will feel close to Baba. And I think all of us, we Brahmins, know when we hear about purity, not just celibacy, but all aspects of purity, we know it's the truth. We know it's right. Why do we love Baba? What attracts me to Baba? It's his purity. That's what really attracts me to Baba. Because embedded in that purity is innocence and love and honesty and truthfulness, all the things that really pull my heart. My own experience is that when you feel that purity and cleanliness inside, deep in the core of your being, you feel comfortable with who you are. How important is that feeling? I just feel comfortable. In my own experience too, if there's impurity there, deep down, you don't feel really comfortable with who you are. And sometimes I feel it's almost like we're going against my truth when there's not that deep purity, because this is the journey we're all on, because that purity will take me to that fearless stage. And I remember one sister, she did some research in Australia into all the Avyaktamolis, and she told me that the main subject Baba speaks about is love. The second is purity. And once I did a search in all the Avyaktamolis, what Baba has said about purity, it was so powerful. Baba said things like, it's the real method for self-respect. If I really want to step back into that comfortable feeling of no matter where I am, whom I'm with, I feel my own self-value. I don't keep fluctuating in how I feel about myself. It's the real method for happiness. Purity is the mother of peace and happiness. It's the real method. Purity is the real method for spiritual power. And once Baba said, how did the prophet souls establish their religions? It was their purity. They had so much opposition, whether it was Buddha or Christ or Muhammad, whoever it was, they had so much opposition. It was the power of their purity. How are we establishing heaven in this completely tamo pradhan world? It's the collective purity of the Brahmin family that's making that happen. And once Baba said, just as the definition or the law of karma is so deep, so is the definition of purity. And when we go through the day, you're going about your day and a bit of a wave of sadness comes through your mind, or a little bit of sorrow, whether gross or subtle. Baba said, that's my impurity. Even if people behave badly, even if something goes wrong, if I react and that wave goes through me, that's my impurity. That's signaling to me what is still sitting within me. And Baba said, when there's a pure soul, even if they're insulted or criticized, doesn't affect them. Doesn't affect them. And really, this is where Baba is taking us, to this place. And so in Raki, let me really reflect deeply, because purity is a state of being when all parts of my life are based on truth. And to me, pure truth is like the seed. And when I sow Baba's truth so deep in me, when that truth flows into my thoughts, flows into my words, flows into my actions, flows into my attitude, flows into my behavior, it becomes purity. Truth is the seed, but purity is the fragrance of that truth when it flows into each part of my being. And this is when we really become spiritually powerful. And I feel that, a lot of us have that question, how do I create deeper purity in myself? I think we all have that, it's natural. To me, when I embed certain truths in my being, it's who I am. It's not that I even follow them. It's fundamentally who I am. Then automatically the fragrance of that truth will emerge, the purity in me. The first and most powerful truth to really draw out my original purity is all relationships with one. When the incorporeal soul has all relationships with the incorporeal Baba, that is the main point of truth that starts to draw out the original purity. But when also I don't just follow Srimat, I live it. It's who I am. I just naturally align with all of Baba's truth and directions. But also benevolence, and it's something which I took from today's Murli. The total surrender is to be benevolent to everyone. What is the sanskar of God? What does Shiva mean? The benefactor, the benevolent one. And if we're to really step into my true self, my elevated being, I have one in my heart and I'm benevolent to absolutely everybody. And when I sow these truths in myself, they will start to re-emerge that purity within myself. And to me, purity is impenetrable. Nothing can affect it. Impurity is all about influence. How much purity do I have? I can tell by how much I'm affected by atmospheres, people's vibrations, people's faces, their expressions, their words, their presence, everything. If it keeps affecting me, it's not about them, it's about me. And it's like dramas showing me that I still have the journey. And we should never become disheartened. All of us at the end of the cycle were so affected by everything external. But absolute purity in the golden age, nothing could influence me. When I came to the copper age, a little bit of desire for you to love me, you to support me. And what the law says, whatever I desire will influence me. And by the end of the cycle, everything influences me. This tiniest thing, have you ever been amazed how sensitive you can be? Tiny little thing can make your heart jump or sink. We all reach this state number-wise, perhaps, and yet Baba has come to heal us from influence. And in a way, to me, Raksha Bandhan is symbolic of the more I have this one Baba in my heart, the healing of all the influences, the influence of matter. And sometimes I've had this reflection that who am I? I am the most subtle entity. There's nothing more subtle than the soul. It has no physical size. I'm such a subtle soul. And yet the soul developed the sanskara of lust. And lust is this subtle soul's attraction to name, form, shape, color. So this incredibly subtle being, has become, in a way, a slave in the material world. What influences my mind is someone's face or someone's attraction or whatever. Just think in a way. And Baba has come to heal us from this influence, the influence of, of matter. And once I had this thought that when Sakha Baba left his body, he gave us those three famous words. And in a way, I used to feel that's how he summarized 32 years of his efforts. And when I become incorporeal, it heals me from the influence of the natural world, the material world, from attraction to name, form, shape, color. When I become egoless, it heals my relationships with everyone. What did Baba say today is the big issue? Meh, you know. This is very, 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 very deep. Even Baba said, even when I think, well, you know, I have this specialty of sweetness or whatever it may be, or I have this specialty or in service, I'm a good teacher, I'm a good speaker, whatever it is. Because if I don't feel that acknowledgement, if I have ego of that specialty, I feel it's not acknowledged, I get offended, I get hurt. They don't recognize me, they don't understand me, they don't support me, whatever it may be. And so Baba heals us firstly from the influence of matter, but secondly, from the influence in our relationships. And this is a big one for all of us. I really feel what Baba said this morning, total surrender, is to have good motives, transform my motives and feelings for every human soul. And yet once Baba said, that the reason you become defeated in purity is when you become impressed by anyone's personality, their nature, their specialties. And Baba said to be impressed is to be deceived, and to be deceived is to take sorrow. And so sometimes we think, this soul is so good, they're such a good teacher, this soul gives me love, this soul gives me cooperation, and we think, what's wrong with that? Because Baba says to see virtue, to see the good in everyone. But there's a difference between, being attracted and being impressed to just appreciating. We should appreciate everyone. But why is it that impurity is being impressed? Because subtly I put someone on a pedestal. I get impressed with the way they teach or the way they treat me, whatever it may be. And what is the effect of that? Subtly, Baba goes out of my vision and this human being steps into my vision. This is extremely deep. Subtly, we've had this Guru Sanskara for how many births where the teacher in the center or even one of the famous BKs in our family, oh, their classes are the best, their classes are the only ones. We appreciate everyone. But really, this life is for each one of us to have our own connection with Shiv Baba. We respect everyone, we appreciate everyone, we learn from everyone. But if I get impressed, what happens is that one comes into my vision. The more I become impressed by one, the more I dislike others. That law, the more I like some, the more I'll dislike some. The more I'm impressed with some, the more I'm disgusted. So I get back into this old habit of, having bad feelings for some and good feelings for others, liking some and disliking others. This is our old addiction. This is our old habits. And I feel that in this Raksha Bandhan, to take on board what Baba said today about total surrender. Yes, Baba, whoever they are, and Baba's language, no matter who they are. He says, no matter who they are. Why? It's for me. It's for me to change. It's for me to get over this habit of falling into dislike and rejection. And this one said this and this one said that. Honestly, I feel if we move beyond that, we will fly spiritually. So first, Baba heals me from the influence of matter. Second, heals me from the influence of others by this pure vision. And then recently, when Baba's been saying civilize and criminalize, that's strong, isn't it? To me, civilize, see that which is eternal, that which is permanent. And criminalize sees that which is temporary. And the crime is against truth, because when I see that which is temporary, I'm deceived. When I'm impressed by someone, a bodily being, I am deceived. I am deceived at that time. Baba takes us so deep. And third, he heals us from the influence of my old self. And this is also very deep, because I think many of us become Baba's child. We're committed, we're dedicated. But I still identify with my past life in this body. What has happened, what people have said, what people have done, how people have treated me. I still identify with all of that. Yet Baba's given me a new identity. Do I really identify that I'm an angel? I'm a deity soul? Because I have to shift my sense of identity. Because if I don't, I still identify with my past. Identify with the family that I've been born into. This is a new life. This is my 84th birth. This is a spiritual birth. Or am I sort of still, part of me believes I'm in the confluence age, but I still identify with my part in the Iron Age and what has happened. Because most of us had a lot of karmic accounts in this life, in our families. Not everyone, but most of us. And sometimes we still carry that sorrow and identify. So Raki is to heal from the influence of nature, the material world, heal from the influence of others, heal from the influence of my past. And then complete purity is just one bubble. And this is how to really live this life and really be, have a powerful Brahman life when all relationships, my heart, what did Baba say today when in the blessing? When my heart is full of Baba's love, there's no space for any other love. And often I feel we're on this journey to purity. I have to learn to love purity. I have to embed those truths in my being and know that when I do this, storms will come. Storms will come to everybody, because the more you try to embed those truths to bring out my true purity, my old self will fight against it. The storms will come. They come to everyone. And if I'm living this life and still I don't really feel that pure, I have to be honest with myself and say, what's the leakage? Where's the leakage? If I'm following Baba, following his directions, but still the quality of purity still isn't there. To me, the leakage is usually attachment to human beings, attachment to my families, or attraction. Sometimes we keep a subtle attraction. It may not be that gross, but it's subtle attraction to somebody. So my purity is leaking out. And because when I patch up those holes, then really purity is a huge power in this life. And whenever I remember it, I remember Daddy Gulzar. She was just the embodiment. Once Baba said of her, she's never had an impure thought. I think that means never been really attracted to anybody. Anyway, wishing everyone so much good wishes for Raki and such a beautiful festival. And I know we've been sitting for quite a while, so really appreciate your patience. But I just thought I'd share a little bit of news. There's not too much, and then I will liberate you. And I think we're going to visit all the countries around the region. So I was speaking to Vashiben in Madhaban the other day, and she said it's very foggy and wet. It's the rainy season. She called it sloshy. It's hard to say. She said it's very wet, and all the bhattis are going on in Shantiban at the moment. It's a time of bhattis, so group after group. But she said they still may need more rain. And I was thinking it's only 6 weeks or so till Madhaban season begins. And in the beginning of February, they're having a conference in Shantivan, which they have every year. Sorry, October. I don't know why I said February. And the president is coming, Baba's child, Draupadi Murmu. What I've heard is she will visit and she'll be present for the conference. And then Peace of Mind is 2nd to 9th of October. And then as we all remember Didi's anniversary, I don't know about you, but I can't believe it's only about 10 months ago that Didi flew away. It seems longer to me, but it's only 10 months, and we're going to celebrate the first anniversary in Madhaban. I think all of us will do something in our centers, and maybe we'll do what Didi loved. She just loved yoga and bhattis and things. But in Madhaban on the 20th, there will be a special day. And on behalf of all of you, each one in the region, we're going to give a gift to all the Madhaban Niwasis, Gyan Sarovar Niwasis, Hospital Niwasis, and Shantivan Niwasis. And that's a gift of a jacket. And I think, as you know, we've been mentioning that really a team led by Trish has put so much effort into finding a beautiful jacket. It's been made in China and shipped to Madabang. So I think that's really special. It's on behalf of Didi and her region. All of you are going to give it to all our brothers and sisters in Shantiban. So that will also be happening soon. And recently I went to New York, and each year we have a program in New York for the Call of Time. So I also visited all the centers in New York, and we had a wonderful Call of Time and had an Avyakti Parivar with Mohini Didi, which was really special. So just the final thing, I can see Sister Lakshmi is with us. And the Call of Time in Bali starts next Sunday in a week. And they've done a brilliant job, the whole team. And I think about 45 guests from 16 countries, including East Timor, I think the first time. Someone from East Timor, Papua New Guinea, 3 are coming. Bhutan, someone is coming, and Pakistan. So our region, our tentacles are going out to all of our region. Okay, everyone, so lovely to be with you, and thank you so much. And thank you so much, Lakshmi Ben, for having me. It's been really lovely.
Thank you, Charlie Bai, for reading Baba's very powerful Murli. It is still relevant after 23 years. And also thank you very much for your churning, very deep churning on purity. And I do believe that communication is very essential. So thank you for sharing the latest news with every BK in the Asia Pacific region. Now at this point, I would just like to remind all of you who would like to be spotlighted to rename yourselves with your country's name in front so that the tech team can find you easily. So please put your names like Hong Kong or China or Korea. Don't put it in short form like K, because then they won't be able to find you. Okay, so please do that now. And Charlie Bai, I do think that Asia Pacific has got the most number of service regions, don't we? About 17 to 18. Is that right?
Actually, not. Europe has more countries, but the biggest population of BKs by quite a lot is in this region. And you know, Lakshmi Ben, 60% of the world's population is in Asia. And outside of India, the biggest population of BKs is in this region. Yes.
And also as many languages, I think, right?
Yes, it's true. Yes.
Today we have, I think, almost 500, more 530 participants, but not to forget that every, some participants are actually centers that are coming in with maybe 100 people in each center. So that's a very big number for today's online Murli. So I was just thinking that, and don't forget that we also have different time zones. I think that Sri Lanka is about 2.5 hours behind the local time, and New Zealand is about 4 hours after the local time. So very, very wide time zone. So not everyone could be with us. And also it is the Rakhi weekend for many countries today. But even then we managed to get so many online. So thank you all for attending. And I think that now Balan Bhai is going to try and do some miracles, because I saw that, in the participants list, everyone has come in a different way. So he has to find everyone and spotlight them. I'm going to go through the list alphabetically so that we can spotlight, and everyone who is there, you can wave to Charlie Bai and the whole Asia Pacific family. Okay, shall we start with Australia? Charlie Bai.
It's probably mainly me because, it's now nearly 10:30 in Australia, so most have had their Murli. But anyway, on behalf of me, I will wave to all of you.
And next we have our newest baby, Bhutan. Okay, Bhutan has joined the Asia Pacific family. So that is Sister Meena is there and the Bhutan family. Hello from all of us. Yes, everyone is waving to you. Yes, thank you. Next is Cambodia, but Kumar Bhai couldn't be online. So anyway, I'm just going to read all the names so you're all clear how many countries there are in the Asia Pacific region. Next, we have China. And China, we have, I think, Sister Sapna. Oh, this is not Sister Sapna. Okay. Om Shanti. And we have Guangzhou, we have Shanghai, who are going to be online. Are they there? Oh, so Balanba, you have to do something now to put them online.
And we have Shenzhen. I can see Angela waving from Shenzhen.
Yes.
And Sapna is there? Great.
Yeah, they are all there. That's good. Okay, and next we have Hong Kong. So we have Rohini Ben, Hinu Ben, Bindu Ben, if she's there. Can you all come online? Turn on your cameras, those of you who are preparing to get ready.
Can everyone be there?
Yeah, yes.
You wait for them to spotlight.
Yeah.
Takes time.
Okay, so next we go to a very, very big region, Indonesia. So I think Balanbai needs to find everyone and show them online. Indonesia. We have Bali, Jakarta. So many different places are here. Okay, next we have Japan. Japan, Kobe is also there. Tokyo is there. Japan, Mizwe should be there. We're still seeing Indonesia. Oh, there, Japan. Our lovely Japanese family. Yeah. They're also ahead of us in time. Next, we have Korea. We have Miraben from Seoul. We have Busan. Korea. All are happy to be here. And next we have Malaysia. Malaysia, I think Malaysia is having Raki today, but still quite a few centers have come online. Malaysia, we see only Johor Bahru. I think Penang is also online. More coming in?
Yeah.
More and more coming in? Yeah. Some more? So many. Okay, Malaysia. Next we have Myanmar. So Myanmar is also within the Asia Pacific. We have Shakuntala Ben, who is at the retreat center. And we also have Yangon. So this is our Myanmar center. Okay, next we have someone. Oh, okay, someone New Zealand. But New Zealand, well, Bhavana Ben couldn't be here. Is there anyone from New Zealand? This is still Myanmar. Anyone from New Zealand?
No, sister.
No, okay. So next we have Philippines. We have Tagaytay Retreat Center. We have Manila. So let's have Philippines. Anybody else from the Philippines? If you have renamed yourselves. Davao is there. Sister Net is there. Okay, very good. And next we have Singapore. So we're going to turn the camera around. We have more than 100 people here today and also many online. So that's Singapore. And next is Sri Lanka, but again, I'm not sure if anyone has come online. because they have their Rathi program on today and it's a bit behind time. Oh, Ganesh Bhai is there. Okay. Oh, Shanti Ganesh Bhai, representative for Sri Lanka. Oh, more. Wonderful. All right. Next, we have Taiwan, but I'm not sure whether Moni Ben is here. Moni Ben said she might come online, but I'm not too sure. Can you find her, Balanbai?
She's not there, sister.
She is not there, but Taiwan is also one of the countries in our Asia Pacific region. And next we have Thailand. I should say lastly we have Thailand. Sister La is there. So many.
Yeah, many.
And Thailand is the land of smiles, so everyone is smiling. Okay, and we have a few countries which don't come online. So anyway, this is the entire list of countries. So thank you all very, very much, and thank you. Thank you, Charlie Bye. So would you like to end off the session with some drishti?
Huh? Where? Just wait. See the camera anyway.
Okay, they're all excited.
Hello, where is Hong Kong? No highlight Hong Kong. You haven't highlighted Hong Kong.
Hong
We
Kong.
did. We did, Rohini Ben, and we all
Yeah,
saw
But
it.
this is no, it's not Hong Kong. You are showing the globe. Now. Okay, everyone, look.
That's good then, Hong Kong. We had others from Hong Kong as well.
Okay.
Rohini.
So Hong
It's
Kong,
nice
this is
to see you
Tung
again.
Chung, and then we have Hinu Ben in Kowloon. This is staying at home because we have a lot of thunderstorm here.
Now they're not over here.
Yes, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so we see the entire family of Hong Kong now.
And we have Shenzhen here. Look, we have Shenzhen. Wave.
Okay, Shenzhen.
Yeah. So thank you very much. Charlie Bhai, thank you. That was profound definition of truth and purity. Clarifying Baba's Murli. Thank you.
Thank you, Rohini Ben.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Shadbhai.
Thank you for finding us.
Yeah. So thanks to Balanbai for managing the entire, I think, tech team. It's not easy with more than 500 people online. So thanks to Balanbai and the team, and of course, thanks to Charlie Bai. So Charlie Bai, would you like to end the session with some drishti? Thank you.
बाबा मीठे बाबा प्यारे बाबा मेरे बाबा बाबा मीठे बाबा प्यारे बाबा मेरे बाबा तू ही तो है मेरे आस पास होता है मेरे दिल को आभास तू ही तो है मेरे आस पास होता है मेरे दिल को आभास बजता मन में यही एक सांस बाबा तुम हो मेरे पास करती हो मेरे सारे काम, करके स्वयं छिप जाते हो और मशहूर होता